Hey guys, welcome back to my great journey through Asia, and after exploring the colors of Bangkok, Ayutthaya and Chiang Mai, now I'm ready to venture through the last chapter here in Thailand. I'm staying here for other 10 days, probably too much, and probably not, because as you know, I'm not a tourist, I'm not a visitor, but I'm a traveler, and this time is enough to understand and comprehend the reality of this city. But I'm going to talk about this later, so for those who still don't know me, here is a little intro for you, and see you in a few seconds.
If you don't know me, I'm Pat, and my biggest dream is to make photography the meaning of my life. I'm also a synesthete, and I can see the color of people's souls. In 2025, I dropped everything and left, and now I'm wandering around Asia to discover the most unique and particular hues and shades along what I like to call the Great Journey, showing what the world looks like through my photographer's eyes. My guiding principle this time is to observe how daily life maintains its rhythm in places that promise experience. Chiang Mai is a large city, more self-aware. I'm not looking for the sacred, nor authenticity, nor slowness as an aesthetic concept. This time I'm searching for rhythm, wondering what continues to exist even when I, the visitor, am not here. And again, for the first few days here in the city, I will simply walk the same streets, sit in the same places, to get to the heart of this urban reality, without going to the must-see places and famous attractions. The project is taking shape. At each stage I feel more and more complete, and I hope to be able to maintain this structure here in Chiang Mai as well.
Walking through the streets of Chiang Mai, I understood that my photography vision is working well. The narrative thread I built works also here, and now it's like I'm walking through my previous steps, but now all in once. I'm finding the gentle chaos I've met in Bangkok, the silent daily life of Ayutthaya that flows among the tourists, and thresholds again caught my eye. But this time everything is quite different, because of course we are in a new context. Ruins are not isolated anymore, but absorbed in a contemporary city. Students that live the same routine but in a more dense reality. And this time thresholds are more self-aware. They are not unintentional showcases, but real shop windows. So I'm not here for taking pictures of something new, but to create a summary of my work, not closing the project, but to refine it. And if you enjoyed this video guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
In this video, I don't think I will be vlogging much, because also the most isolated streets are always quite busy. In this video, I play the part of a passing observer who does not interfere with the environment around me, and I immediately noticed several similarities with my past here in Thailand. Let's start with thresholds, well kept, more conscious, designed to be looked at. Real stage sets, this time aimed at passing tourists. Frames that are definitely more showy, not shy and aimed only at locals like those in Chiang Mai. Living in the old city, I couldn't help but come across some historical ruins, gems set in the modern urban reality, hidden, difficult to find, and often ignored. Fragments of forgotten history whose presence does not seem so necessary. And finally, what I am really here for, everyday life which continues to exist despite me, despite the tourists, the daily reality that flows despite everything that surrounds it. And here too, at 4 p.m, the students finish their lessons, eat something just outside the school and spend a few more moments together before returning to their homes. Once again, I'm not looking for symbols, monks or ceremonies, but for behaviors, for people who move through spaces in the same way, repeating gestures and habits like real rituals, without which life would otherwise have no meaning. And it was with this mindset that I left the tourist bubble behind and wandered through the dark local markets in the side streets, with meat being butchered before my eyes, live fish splashing around in their tanks before being gutted, all kinds of scents and colors, and people looking at me wondering what I was doing there. And all of this is surrounded, as in every place I've visited so far, by small, silent elements that take their place in the urban chaos, presenting themselves not as protagonists, but as punctuation marks. Chiang Mai is full of colorful lanterns hanging outside almost every building. Again, thresholds, but this time suspended, animating the facade even when no one is there, a permanent trace of a ritual that exists even when no one is performing it. As important and inevitable as cats are, there are cats everywhere here, one on every street, and they all convey the same calmness typical of this country, the same calmness conveyed by the Buddha statues hidden everywhere. Everything seems to flow in an existential stream full of happiness and light-heartedness, an atmosphere that is difficult to find in the Western world.
That was a quite long and boring introduction, but I think it was necessary to summarize the experience here in Thailand. 2 days were enough to understand the reality of Chiang Mai's old city, and if it took so little time, it means that my project philosophy is working. I'm not visiting, I'm understanding the places I'm passing through, giving importance to what people usually ignore. Perhaps it's because they take it for granted, or simply just because they didn't come here for that, but I'm looking at everything with different eyes. And for the moment, it seems to be working very well. So now it's time to take a visit to the elephants. Let's go! You can't go to Chiang Mai without taking a visit to the elephants. Here where I went is not a zoo, it's a sanctuary, and as the name says, it's a sacred space. Again, but this time not lived by people, but by these giant rocks. People are not the main character this time, and the scenography doesn't belong to them. They feed them, they play with them, they treat them well, they take care of them, and elephants are happy to stay and live here because they are free and they love people around them. It's like they are the most important thing ever, and actually they are, because here in Asia, elephant is a sacred animal, symbol of peace and prosperity. And this time I had the chance to take it easy with my project. They are the subject as a symbol, so their pacific presence is enough to share the feeling you can breathe when you are among them. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, follow me for more content like this, and see you in the next video.
And to think I was undecided about going, it was an experience not to be missed. I was skeptical about focusing my photos solely on the elephants, as they were the center of attention, but in the end I didn't stray from my narrative thread. Once again, I photographed a slow rhythm, this time dictated by the animals and not by people, taking emotional photographs that arise from behaviors and rituals that are not performative, but simply exist because they are real. My eye was drawn to their calm and peaceful gazes that inspire trust, the contact between hands and their unexpectedly soft skin, and as a result, people remain only in the background, still giving value and meaning to each shot without invading the space but qualifying it. I did not break the project, on the contrary, I expanded it. After this experience, however, I took a few days off, visiting the city and simply photographing whatever caught my attention, without necessarily always having to find a purpose. But it is also true that once your vision changes, it is difficult to go back. So, at Mai Ka Canal and Coconut Market, my attention returned to the people and their gestures, both the traditional ones of the people who actually live in these places and the exhibitionist ones of the tourists who simply passed through these places. But something completely different happened to my Kampong village, the last destination of my journey here in Thailand. A rural village scattered among lush green mountains, a quiet place where nature reigns supreme, which is why the pace here is dictated by nature itself. Green everywhere, houses submerged by leaves, small people, simple actions. None of the photos I took convey a big message. There are no powerful images in this place. It is a place where nothing happens, but that's okay. Man does not dictate the pace, tourism adapts for the first time, architecture bends. As a result, life here slows down out of necessity. And after the negotiated rhythm of the cities and the slow rhythm talked by elephants, I found myself faced with an inviolable pace, thus reaching the end of my journey here in Thailand.
I arrived here in the early morning, so there's no one, I'm quite alone, I'm walking alone through the nature. Here, time seems to be frozen, and this time is the nature that is dictating the rhythm of life. I'm very happy to have decided to come here, because it's an amazing place, and it's like the perfect conclusion of my staying here in Thailand.
But Chiang Mai should not be seen as the last chapter. I wasn't looking for something new this time, but rather a synthesis, proof that my photographic project has a structure strong enough to be applied wherever I am, and verification that my vision can also integrate into a more complex or different context, even in this isolated village where there are no attractions. I came to Chiang Mai to connect the dots, to confirm that I had made the right move. And on that note, there is still something to be said about lanterns. They were the first thing I noticed when I arrived, and their significance is stronger than I thought. They are what allow me to close the circle, standing right in the middle of all the themes I was looking for. They are thresholds, repetition, rhythm, and undeclared sacredness. They are not a subject but a background beat, a symbol that animates Thai life, which remains even when no one is there or looking at it anymore, because it is inevitable, part of a solid and well-structured culture. My entire project already resides within the lanterns, and this can only make me happy. See you in Vietnam, guys. The great journey continues. We are only at the beginning.